I want to tell you something that nobody told most students when they start stressing about money. And I promise by the end of this video, you're going to look at your situation a little differently. But first, real talk. You know that feeling when you check your bank account and immediately regret it? That feeling. For a lot of students, money stress isn't about luxury spending. It's about basic life costs, food, transport, phone bills, small daily expenses that somehow add up faster than expected. And over time, that creates a constant low-level pressure in the background, not extreme, just always there. And while some people seem to move through it easily, many quietly feel stuck in the same cycle. Earn a little, spend a little, repeat. At some point, I started noticing something interesting. The goal didn't have to be millions or financial freedom overnight. For many people, even something like building their first $10,000 becomes a turning point. Not because of the number itself, but because it changes how they think about earning. It stops feeling like everything is random and starts feeling like something you can actually influence. So in this video, I'm going to break down a simple way people approach reaching that first $10,000, especially when starting from zero, without overcomplicating it. Before that, though, we need to clear something up because a lot of people have already tried making money online in some form. Maybe trading apps, maybe dropshipping videos, maybe random side hustles they saw online, and most of them ended the same way: confusion, inconsistency, or giving up too early. The issue usually isn't effort, it's direction, because not every method is meant for beginners starting from zero. Some approaches require capital, some require experience, some require patience that most people don't have at the beginning. So instead of trying everything, it helps to simplify the landscape. Aside when you remove the noise, there are usually a few broad paths people explore when trying to build income from scratch. One of the most common is in-person services. This includes things like tutoring, fitness coaching, photography, car cleaning, basic tech help, or any skill that can be offered directly to people nearby. The advantage here is simple. You can often get paid quickly because you're solving immediate real-world problems. For example, some students offer help setting up devices, basic repairs, or local services in their area. These don't always require advanced skills, often just basic knowledge and consistency, but there is a limitation. You are tied to time and location. If you're not available, you're not earning, and that creates a natural ceiling over time. So while this can be a strong starting point, especially for early income, it doesn't always scale easily. Another path people explore is selling local products. This includes handmade items, baked goods, crafts, custom art, or reselling items locally. There are real examples of people making money this way, especially when they build a small customer base over time. But what often gets underestimated is the cost side: materials, time, and the size of the local audience. In many cases, growth depends heavily on how many people around you actually want that product at the price you need to charge. So while it can absolutely work, it tends to grow more slowly and requires consistency over time. A third path is global products. This includes things like print on demand, digital stores, e-commerce, or online brands where your customers can come from anywhere in the world. This expands your potential audience significantly compared to local-only options. Some people find success by focusing on very specific niches, for example, niche designs, themed products, or solving a very targeted interest group online. However, most global product models require testing, patience, and reinvesting early results back into the business before anything becomes stable. So it can work well, but it usually isn't immediate. The fourth path, and the one many beginners now focus on, is online services. This includes skills like video editing, writing, design, social media support, website help, or content-related services. The reason this model is popular is because it combines two advantages: low startup cost and global reach. You don't necessarily need a physical product, and you don't need large upfront investment to begin. Instead, you're offering a skill or service to individuals or businesses online. In many cases, people start small, helping with simple tasks, and gradually improve based on feedback and experience. The key idea here is simple. You're solving problems for someone else and being compensated for that value. And over time, that can become a foundation for more structured income. At this point, most people ask the same question. What actually makes the difference between someone who earns a little and someone who reaches something like $10,000? And the answer usually isn't one single skill. It's how the skill is positioned and applied. One important factor is positioning. Not all clients or opportunities are equal. Some are willing to pay more because the problem they're solving is tied directly to revenue or growth. For example, helping a business improve conversions or content performance is often valued differently than basic general tasks. So instead of thinking only about the skill itself, it becomes important to think about who you are helping and what outcome they care about. Another factor is focusing on outcomes instead of hours. Many beginners price their work based on time spent, but in practice, clients often care more about results than effort. For example, improving engagement, generating leads, or increasing visibility tends to matter more than how long something took to produce. So the way you frame your value can significantly change how your work is perceived. A third factor is visibility. In many cases, people don't get opportunities because they are not visible in the right places. Sharing work publicly, whether through social platforms or portfolios, increases the chance of being discovered by people who need that skill. Even simple before and after examples or breakdowns of your work process can help demonstrate capability. And finally, reliability. In most real-world work situations, consistency matters just as much as skill. Delivering on time, communicating clearly, and being dependable often becomes the reason clients continue working with someone, because from a client's perspective, trust reduces risk, and that has real value. Now, if someone reaches their first $10,000 through any combination of income, the next question becomes what to do with it. And again, there's no single answer. But there are common approaches people take. One is building financial stability first. This often means keeping a portion of money aside as a buffer for expenses or emergencies so that short-term changes don't force rushed decisions. Another is long-term investing strategies. Some people choose diversified funds like index funds or ETFs, which aim to reflect broader market performance over time. These are generally considered lower maintenance compared to active trading, but all investing carries risk and outcomes vary. Another approach is reinvesting into skills or tools. This might include better equipment, learning resources, or anything that improves future earning ability. In many cases, improving income-generating skills has a compounding effect over time. And finally, some portion may go into higher risk opportunities, but typically in smaller amounts relative to overall savings, depending on personal risk tolerance. At the end of the day, the most important shift isn't the exact method someone chooses. It's the realization that income is not purely random. It can often be influenced by skill, positioning, and consistency over time. And for many people, reaching that first meaningful milestone is less about the number itself and more about what it teaches them. That progress is possible. If this gave you a different way of thinking, the next step isn't overthinking it. It's choosing one direction and actually starting, even in a small way, because most people don't fail from lack of information. They fail from not starting at all. Like, if you want more videos like this where I break things down in a clear and practical way, then subscribe. I'll keep posting content that actually helps you figure things out without the noise. I'll see you in the next one.